Just when things started to get wild, mommy came back and stopped the fun. I don't know how Dominic is gonna get out of this one. You got caught in 4K, brother. Now I do have mixed opinions about Rhea Ripley coming back. I mean, I absolutely love it. Obviously, I missed Rhea in the WWE, but it really depends on how physical she can actually get. If we're going to see Rhea Ripley not doing anything to Liv Morgan for like 2 or 3 months, I think that's a problem. But in general, I can't wait to see what's gonna happen. You know what I like the most recently about the WWE? They can get away with so much right now.
Seems pretty hard to me.
They're literally talking about Dominic's wood. I can't wait to see Raw on Netflix. I also absolutely love the CM Punk and Seth Rollins segment. We got some really fun wrestling. Man, WWE is so hot right now. I remember someone talking in the press conference to Triple H saying that, it's very weird that after WrestleMania, WWE is still so hot. We didn't get that big break. So, was it a good episode of Monday Night Raw? Well, I gotta tell you, yep. Welcome back to Greatness of Raw, a word from our sponsor. People, I'm just here to say that you're missing out if you're not using the sponsor of today's video, Opera. I mean, what else is fully featured for privacy, security, and everything you do online? I've been using Opera for quite a while now, and let me tell you why. I can customize the look of my browser and even force dark pages. I can ask Aria AI questions and get those answers instantly. I can highlight any text I see on the internet, and Aria will give me an explanation or review of the topic or even translate it. I know if you're not using Opera, your browser is hella messy. Well, not mine, since Opera has tab islands. These are like tiny folders for your tabs that will keep your tabs organized. I no longer get 50,000 ad pop-ups on the internet because Opera has a built-in ad blocker, a VPN, and that's already in the browser. I can also multitask by using picture-in-picture, whether it's scrolling the internet, working on my videos. I can do that and watch a video simultaneously. Also, the sidebar is lovely. You have your Aria AI, Messenger, social media, music players, everything right here in the browser. You can also screenshot a specific part without having to screenshot the entire page. Also, if you're using a laptop, Opera has a battery saver, so you can browse up to an hour longer. There's also lucid mode. If you come across a blurred video on the internet, it will sharpen it and improve its quality, and you can also compare the difference. People can probably tell I'm pretty happy with my browser, and you know what? I want you to be happy too. So all you gotta do is click that link in the description and download Opera right now. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. How are you guys doing today? Sorry that this video was a bit late, couldn't find time to record, but it was a banger. So I gotta talk about it. The show kicks off with CM Punk. He talked about screwing Drew McIntyre out of the World Championship again, talked about how much Cena meant to his career, and says Drew shouldn't be surprised over all things that happened to him because actions have consequences. Punk looks into the camera and says, CM Punk is the consequence to all of your stupid actions. Punk promised that McIntyre would not be a champion as long as the air was in his lungs. Promise fulfilled. Punk wants a match against Drew McIntyre, and it doesn't even have to be in the ring. He wants Adam Pearce to lift the suspension. Seth Rollins interrupts. Gotta remember, this is another rivalry that CM Punk is having. Seth talked about how selfish CM Punk was, and the championship match was none of his business. CM Punk says he didn't have Seth Rollins in mind. He did it because of Drew McIntyre. He even apologized. Kinda. Rollins says when Punk is cleared, he won't be able to say the name Drew McIntyre before Rollins snaps his arm and puts him back on the shelf. Actions have consequences. I love it. Absolutely love it, ladies and gentlemen. Man, it's kind of weird how now we're talking about CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Originally, it was supposed to be Seth Rollins versus CM Punk, but Drew versus Punk is so much more interesting right now. It's crazy how things can change and, bad things happening can lead to something great. So, I can't wait. Maybe it's going to be a triple threat match down the line. I wouldn't necessarily complain about that. And, Seth Rollins has a point. Well, Punk also has a point. He didn't do it intentionally, but actions have consequences. But I hope that we're going to get to CM Punk being on WWE television regularly right now, but I don't think he's gonna be on the show next week because Pearce says he will schedule a meeting with Drew McIntyre next week and hopes he'll stay professional. And if that's gonna happen, he wants Punk to stay at home. Well, knowing CM Punk, maybe we shouldn't expect professionalism. And Drew McIntyre is coming back next week. Just lovely stuff, man. I do believe the SummerSlam match is happening. I mean, CM Punk kinda already insinuated that he's pretty much cleared, but WWE is so different right now. They don't wanna, push talent straight into a match because, it's worrying. I also love this Seth Rollins and Damian Priest segment. Seth Rollins says, you kept your word, the Judgment Day did not interfere, I respect that, and I will not challenge for the championship again. I'll keep my promise. Damien says, just name a time and a place. Damien acted like a babyface right here, and I love that. You know, Damien is not that bad of a champion when you think about it. It's just that, you know, we wanted different champions because of how hot everything is right now in the WWE, but this was actually great. I like that Damien doesn't need the Judgment Day, doesn't want the Judgment Day, even though he's kind of a heel. That shows how, well, strong he is in kayfabe, I guess. Really interested in what's gonna happen at SummerSlam. Like, is Gunter really winning the championship already? Dominic doesn't want to tag with Liv Morgan, but Liv was the one who actually asked for the tag team match, so it's happening. We also got a 6-man tag team match, just a lot of chaos right here, usual stuff. What's interesting is that the heel team actually won, and The Miz was not very happy with that. I smell a Miz heel turn. Mysterio says, I don't want to tag with you. All he wants is to beat his deadbeat dad. Morgan says that's what she wants and tells Mysterio to relax since he's so tense. She pushes him into the couch and starts to stretch his legs seductively. Bro got caught in 4K, obviously. Priest says, Mysterio should have been done with this. It's not that hard. Carlito says, looks pretty hard to me. He's talking about Vote on Raw. Oh my god, I love this. Since when Carlito was so entertaining? And we'll talk about the main event at the end of this video. Let's talk about the Wyatt 6. So we got Chad Gable versus Jey Uso, which was nothing really special to be quite honest with you. But we got Wyatt 6 with a distraction, lights went out, Jey Uso won the match, and again we got the tape. What's inside the tape? Well, another Wyatt 6 video, and it seems like they're trying to show their real personalities, which is really interesting. Maybe that's a way to get them into the ring. Like, they don't always have to wear masks. You could have like two sides of these people. I actually like that, because my biggest worry about this whole faction is that once they step into that ring, what's gonna happen? We talked about how Dallas gave them purpose. Bo Dallas says, do you think we're sick? Uncle Howdy says, yes I do. Dallas looks into the camera as the members of the Wyatt 6 appear on the screen and says, the sick is what will be. And then we saw Bo Dallas in Adam Pearce's office. It's a very interesting storyline. I really like these promos. You know, they're kind of heartbreaking. They're kind of sad in a way. And are they exploiting Bray Wyatt? You know, his legacy, his personal life. I've seen a lot of that. I've seen a lot of these comments, and you gotta understand, it's his brother. And I gotta be completely honest with you, if it was just a random ass guy, I would probably have a problem with that, but I can see Bray Wyatt actually enjoying this and respecting everything Bo Dallas does, so far so good. We also got Bronson Reed versus Pete Dunne. I think it's been a while since we saw Pete Dunne in the WWE, and is he a singles competitor again? I'm not so sure. Well, anyway, Bronson Reed wins the match. Bronson attacks Pete after the match. Sheamus saves him, but Pete rejects him, even though, you know, they used to be in a faction, in a group called the Brawling Brutes. So it's pretty interesting, and honestly, Pete Dunne versus Sheamus, that's gonna slap. Oh my god. I also like the Sami Zayn and Braun Breaker segment. So Sami talks about his next challengers, how he defended the championship, who's next. Braun Breaker interrupts and says, I shouldn't ask for a championship match, obviously. And then he just spears the shit out of him. Like, everything this guy does has so much impact, so much force. Absolutely love it. So Ilya wants a match against Braun Breaker. We got the match, which was really good. You know, once I saw the graphic, I knew, okay, this is gonna be good. And that's exactly what it was. Now we got a disqualification when he just threw a chair in his face. We got Sami, you know, 2-on-1, but Braun Breaker still stands tall, which is amazing. He kinda needed that after losing that match. Still don't agree with the decision, you know, WWE making him lose clean at Money in the Bank. Still a dumb decision, terrible decision, but I mean, at least he's still looking strong. And maybe he is the one who needs to beat Sami. That's just my take on it. We also got a 6-women tag team match where Damage Control won, which was the, you know, whole point. Damage Control needs to change. And Sonya Deville has a new faction, which is pretty interesting. Women's faction wars are coming. Pretty nice. And of course, we got the main event. Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Lena Vega and Rey Mysterio. I love this. Not only the match was really fun to watch, probably one of my favorite mixed tag team matches ever, because I'm not that big of a fan in the first place, but this was a lot of fun because there are so many stories happening at once. You know, Rey and Dominic and Liv, Zelina and Liv, all that, you know, sweet stuff. There was a point where Dominic accidentally, you know, got pushed into Liv's privates. It's wild. Now, with the help of Liv Morgan, Dominic Mysterio actually pinned his father. As they were celebrating, Dominic was, you know, not into it, but eventually it seemed like he was going to kiss Liv Morgan. He saw that, okay, I'm doing some great things with Liv Morgan. You know, ever since she came into the picture, the Judgment Day is better than ever before. They're successful more than ever before, so it's kind of working out. Well, Rhea Ripley stops the party. Liv Morgan dips. Rhea looks pissed, man. She ignored Dominic Mysterio as he tried to chase her to the gorilla. Pretty nice, you know, I did not expect to see Rhea Ripley so soon, and in a way I like it. Now it just depends on the writing, you know. Dominic has a really tough decision to make. Like, sure, him and Rhea, lots of history, but him and Liv helped quite a lot. And is she doing it because she actually likes Dominic or just to get at Rhea Ripley? We're not sure. Maybe it's both. And I gotta tell you, if Rhea Ripley is, you know, cleared or gonna be cleared pretty soon, I wouldn't take the championship of Liv Morgan just yet. She's so hot right now, you shouldn't do that. That's just my opinion. I like Rhea, it's all great, she's my favorite women's wrestler. Don't do that yet. Well, anyway, that was your Monday Night Raw. Thank you so much for watching this video, the great one. Peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.